if you need to know how, said you wanna know how, you can find out right now, cause BruKnows, he knows. BruKnows, what you tryna find out? 3, 2, 1, BruKnows starts now.
Ooh, bro. Ooh, he has an intro, folks. He has an intro. So I want to shout out V Wills. Victor's a good friend of mine, me and the wife's. He's doing his thing. He just signed to a label, and he moved to Nashville, Tennessee, where the guy is actually even ghostwriting country music. So my guy's on next. If you haven't heard of V Wills, what are you doing, bro? Wake up. Wake up. It's 8 a.m. Wake up. What are you doing, bro? If you haven't heard of V Wills, you better go check him out. If I sound weird, I've had a stuffy nose for like 2 weeks. I just get allergies sometimes, you know, and my nose gets super stuffy. So sorry if I sound a little weird, you know. I might sound a little bit like this. Might sound a little weird, bro, but it's all good. Woke up this morning. I woke up this morning and caught a workout, and now we're getting into the day. I got some meetings here shortly. Now, while I was working out, man, I got some cool friends at the gym. Brian Emig, who's helping me record this video, is one of my friends at the gym, but I know some other people there too. Your boy is a little popular. So every time I go to the gym, I spend about 30 minutes talking and I get into random conversations. And, you know, the reason why I know a lot of people at the gym, it's honestly a selfish reason. I do not wait for machines ever. If all the machines are taken, I'm not sitting there waiting. I'm going to come up to you and I'm going to ask you to use your machine with you. Cause I got shit to do, bro. I got fish to fry. You know, we got a lot of stuff on the schedule. And if I sit here and I wait for the machine to be open, your boy's never going to get jacked, right? So have a lot of friends at the gym, man. And you know what's really weird? I have too many friends to the point where, like, sometimes I don't know if I've just seen somebody a lot of times or if we're friends. You know, so I'm randomly giving people head nods at the gym, and then they look at me weird, and I'm like, oh, I don't know them. So sometimes I give people head nods at the gym, bro, and I don't know them at all. But you know, that's how you build good friendships. Anybody who lets me use their machine, shout out to you. Your boy's getting swole. But anyways, yep, gave random people some head nods. But I've been putting off some stuff lately. There's a couple things really that I've been putting off. Number one is going to the DMV, right? So my ID cracked in half, and I've just had that ID, and it has an old address for like 3 years, bro. I've just had that ID, and I need to go to the DMV. They're sending me letters, so I do. But because I'm a Brazilian citizen, I have different types of paperwork. I can't go to the DMV and go get my tags at the same DMV. So I took a whole day off to do DMV shit, and guess what? None of it is done, bro. None of it is done. So I got to go to the DMV. That's on the list. Also, haven't done my taxes. I'm too turned up, bro. I filed an extension earlier this year. There was a lot of shit going on. I definitely have to do my taxes. Now, went to the gym, got a huge pump, bro. As you can see, I'm, you know, wearing a little matching outfit today, bro. So your boy was dressing up for you guys. There's some dragons on it, you know. Go to the gym, get fresh. This is going to be my work outfit. I got the glove like Michael Jackson. But you can see it's like a little dragon, right? So I've never worn this fit together. It's like the shorts and the matching shirt. Never worn it together, but you know what? It does remind me of this phone I had. So I used to have the Motorola Razr. I think we all did. And mine was the Miami Vice edition. So I had like a little dragon like this on it. Not Miami Vice, Miami Ink. Never mind. And I remember I was riding my bike one time. I must have been like 10 years old. Riding my bike. Phone falls out of my pocket. The bike runs over the phone, as it should, as it always happens, you know. So the bike runs over the phone, cracks it in half. This is back when the Razr was the coolest thing. So I went from having the coolest phone, and then, Mr. and Mrs. Nicoletti decided I deserved a brick phone. So your boy was just 10 years old with a trap phone. I'm pretty sure these are the phones that you buy at Walmart for like $30, and then, you commit a crime and you throw them away. So your boy had the brick phone, and they thought it was going to teach me a lesson of just how to better handle myself, and realistically it didn't. But what I'll tell you is that phone had the snake game. So jokes on my parents, because I got to play the funnest game ever made on a phone. A lot of cool things coming up. I think we're going to be headed out to Salt Lake and catch some workouts at Bucked Up. If you guys don't know, this podcast is sponsored by Bucked Up. Type in code BruKnows1 if you want 20% off. So sponsored by Bucked Up. But yeah, man, things have been good. Went to the gym, Miami Ink Fit, And then when I was leaving the gym, I was driving home, and you know what makes me mad on the road, bro? You know what? Oh, bro. You know what makes me so mad is like Crown Vics that aren't cops, or even Ford Escapes that look like too new, bro, why are you that guy? And usually it's people like in a Charger that just throw the little headlight up. Like, I fucking hate you, bro. I hate you so much. Because sometimes your boy be speeding or looking at his phone, and then he looks up and then he sees a Crown Vic and he gets scared. He gets a little scared and he thinks he's going to get pulled over. So I don't like that. I'd honestly even rather get pulled over. Who's buying these cars, bro? Who's buying this Crown Vic? You're an asshole. I hate you. Who goes, that's the car I want? Matter of fact, let me make it look more like a cop car. That's like going to the doctors and wearing a lab coat. Like, oh, I got to go get my ankle checked. I'm going to wear this lab coat, bro. I hate you. You're the worst kind of people. So if you know anybody with a Crown Vic, anybody whose car resembles a cop car, I hate you, bro. I hate you. I'm trying to think of other examples, but that just sticks out. Like, what's another example, right? I don't know another example, because it's such a fucked up thing to do. So, ditch that car, bro. I know you got it probably at a, police auction or something, but ditch it. That's not my vibe, bro. That's not my vibe. I'm not a fan. In September, something really cool. Andrew Santino, if you guys don't know who that is, that's a comedian, and he's filming a special in Denver, and your boy has tickets. I've never been to a special filming, so I'm super excited. That should be really fun. Andrew Santino's hilarious, so hopefully I get to meet the guy. We'll see, maybe shoot him a DM or something, and see if I could get a little intro. That'd be awesome. What's happened lately, man? What's happened? Well, it was just my wife's birthday recently, a couple days ago. Obviously, you guys are seeing this a little later, but it was my wife's birthday, man. And I love my wife's birthday. It's probably my favorite birthday of anybody. Mine's just my birthday, right? But like anybody else's birthday, my wife's my favorite because I like to spoil her. And one of the things that we did, so, my wife's from a smaller town in Texas, and, she thinks of herself as like this country girl, right? And I thought she was too. And, she wanted to rent like a teepee, like a big tent, and stay in a big tent, right? And we've been talking about it. We almost did it in Hawaii. And your boy's a city boy. Like, no thanks. I've gone camping once and it was fun, but it was dirty and I don't like that. But anyways, I figured, hey, let's do something that my wife would want to do. And I rented this big old tent on Air BnB, right? So we drove out there. It's in Monument, Colorado. So it's only like 30, 40 minutes from here. And so I get there, man. And wow, this tent is just in somebody's backyard. right? They made the tent look all nice on Airbnb, but it was just in somebody's backyard. The toilet and shower are the same thing, but the toilet's a Home Depot bucket with a toilet seat on it. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm just not peeing or pooping for 2 days, you know? So that was, you know, thing number one. Then, bro, what I realized is like when you go camping, you bring your own tent. So there's like no bugs in it because you set up the tent and you close the tent, no bugs get in. When a tent sits there and it's an Airbnb thing, there's bugs that like inhabit that tent. It's their house. You're staying at the bug's house on Airbnb, right? So I get in this big tent. There's fucking huge spiders and moss, and your boy's upset. You know, your boy's upset. Also, as we go into the tent, there's a cat that comes out of the tent. We open it, cat comes out. I am severely allergic to cats. So this cat was just chilling, doing this cat thing, you know, like whatever it is that cats do, right? Like stare out of the window for an hour or scratch you is my experience with cats. But anyways, cat's in there, right? So there's just, my nose starts stuffing up, bro. And when I can't breathe, I get pissed off, right? Why? Because I need to breathe, right? So if I don't breathe, I'm upset. You know, so slowly, the gap of me breathing is getting smaller and smaller, and my throat's swelling up. And we're sitting there, and then a massive rainstorm hits. Psh, a lot of rain, that was the cool part. But while it's raining, there's spiders everywhere, cat fur everywhere. My dog, and I'm not going to accuse him because I didn't see it, but I think my dog took a diarrhea poop in the tent. Right? So now the tent smells like poop. I'm like, oh, I think he might have pooped. And then Jordan steps on the poop, bro. She steps on the poop. Now she's dragging poop with her sandal in a tent with spiders, rainstorm. And basically the conversation with Jordan was, yeah, like I'm not sleeping here. Like at all. And to top it off, the Airbnb people had some homemade wine, bro. They had some homemade wine that they made themselves. And guess what? We opened the bottle and it tasted exactly as you think it would taste in a tent with spiders and dog poop and, you know, dog poop smeared on a sandal, smeared on the carpet. Okay. That's exactly how the wine tasted. And it made me feel like a cat because I was just like, after like trying to get it out of my throat, right? So now your boy can't breathe, spiders everywhere. The wife stepped in dog poop and is dragging it throughout this tent. And my dog's just like, maybe it was me, maybe it wasn't, maybe it was the cat. And so we decided like, hey, I'm not sleeping here. So let's just stay here for a couple hours. We'll go home. So we go home, and then really, I just left my glasses. That's the only reason we came back. But while we're driving home, me and the wife are like, hey, that's not the Nicoletti way, you know? That's not going to be the Nicoletti way. We are not a tent family. We are not a stay outside family. Let's go stay in, you know, a mansion in Beverly Hills. I'm down with that. Let's go stay, you know, somewhere like that. Let's not stay in a tent, especially someone else's tent. And based on our experience at that tent, I knew immediately, bro. I knew immediately a lot about this entire family. Okay. I knew exactly what their house looked like. I knew if they had dogs. Obviously they had cats. I knew that their kids' rooms were messy. I know that their kids don't pick up their Legos. I knew so much about this family. So I ended up messaging them, you know, we're waiting on this refund, but honestly, I don't care because it taught us a life lesson, and we are not tent people. We're not outside people, bro. We're people of the city. You know, we're people of the town, bro. So we are not tent people. But it was awesome. And then on Jordan's birthday, we decided to go get breakfast at this new spot. It's in the middle of the forest. And you know, I don't know if you guys go to church, but you know, if you do go to church, how your pastor always has these stories of like, hey, I had breakfast with another pastor and we were talking about blah, blah, blah. Well, we found that restaurant because there was like 4 sets of pastors there just talking with each other. So it was cool, bro. It was holy. It was a holy place to eat, and the breakfast was pretty good. So I was pretty excited about that. But life is really good right now. I'm super excited about a lot of the goals that I've set for myself, whether it's with the podcast, content related to Hummingbird, related with me and my wife, just family goals, a lot of stuff in the mix. So I think you guys are going to see me really put the pedal to the metal, and my birthday's in a couple of weeks. So by the time you guys are seeing this, it's probably my birthday, right? So every time it's my birthday, I start, just getting really thoughtful and introspective about life and the things I've done. And it kind of gives me the sense of urgency to really accomplish, the next couple of things that I do want to accomplish. And, I wouldn't be able to do any of what I'm doing without my wife. And she's my support system. She really helps me stay grounded, visualize, attack my goals, and it's cool to have somebody that also wants me to accomplish my goals and truly wants me to do that, right? Because I think a lot of people have your best interest at heart, but when you get married, you realize like this person's with me for life. It's wild. So shout out to my wife to always supporting me, to always support me. Like it's tough, because I'm pretty ambitious and sometimes I want to do crazy things. And, people always ask us for relationship advice. I guess it's probably because I'm like the youngest of my friends to get married. So people always come to us with relationship advice. And one thing I want to say about relationships though, is, I saw this quote one time and I think it's pretty cool, right? And people forget that relationships are a ship, right? They have the word ship in there for a reason, and that's because your relationship matures and it goes from place A to B on a ship, right? So again, a relationship is a ship. So if your significant other is not getting you from point A to point B, right? Whatever life you have set for yourself, if you think of your significant other and they're not adding to your journey of point A to point B, then you need to get off that ship, bro. You need to get off the ship because the ship is sinking. So just a little bit of advice. I think that, love your loved one should not be responsible for bringing you happiness, right? You should be able to be happy on your own because you're your own person, and love in your relationship should add to that. You can't make yourself dependent of other people emotionally, right? So, maybe have that conversation with yourself. Is this the right person for me? When I get excited about stuff that I truly feel like is my part of my journey, do they get excited? And if they don't, man, then maybe that's a red flag, red flag, throw it on the field, flag. Holding, face mask, flag, So just be careful. Be wary of the relationships you're getting into. And I think one of the reasons I'm thinking about this right now is, I had a former significant other of one of my close friends commit suicide within the last couple of weeks. And I know it's getting a little serious. Sometimes it's an uncomfortable topic. And I've just been really thoughtful about somebody's life, somebody not being with us anymore, right? And then you start kind of thinking of did I do what conversations did I have with this person? How did I present myself? Did I, what did I add to that, right? And I barely had any interactions with this person, but if you guys need help, if you're having thoughts like this, if you feel like you have to resort to endangering your life or telling people that you're endangering your life, whether it's for attention, whether it's to get, I mean, a lot of times it is, right? Like, notice me, I'm going through something. So, have those tough conversations, because you're better off having a tough conversation than not having that person in your life anymore, and regardless of what happened, and my wishes go out to her family, and I hope that, one day they'll get closure from this. But guys, something like suicide, it's really one of the most selfish things you can do, and I know you could be hurting, in pain, feel like that's the only resolution, but you're only transferring that pain to other people, and worse off, they have no context for the pain, so they can never process it. And now they're left with thinking that, hey, I should have had a conversation with this person. I should have. And it's almost like this regret that will never go away because you'll never be back. And so it's just such a tough situation to put people through. And so if you guys, I mean, even if it's me, send me something, talk to someone, get a little bit of insight, and maybe have those tough conversations, because, man, life is delicate. Life is delicate, and it's things like that make me want to be good to people, because I never know when it's their last day. So prayers go out to her family, but guys, sorry to get serious, but it really is something that is usually not talked about, yet it happens all the time, and then to go along with that, something weird that happened to me, when people text you and it's the wrong number, they're sending you stuff. Well, this guy has been calling me, bro. Same guy. And, usually I never get to it because I know it's the wrong number. Like, my name is not Jack. But, dude, he sent me a text. Let me read this text. Jack, they found my old FBI fingerprints. So what happens is they'll let me go. And please give me a call when you have time. And he proceeds to send me screenshots from Denver's FBI, from basically it's his FBI fingerprints. And this thing says criminal history. And there's 2 charges on here. One in 1993. Charge? Homicide. Severity, felony. Okay. And on the same sheet, there's another arrest date in 1994. Charge, homicide. Severity, felony. So, bro, this guy just sent me his transcript of whatever, his criminal history, bro. So in the same week, finding that stuff out, I got somebody involved in a double homicide situation texting me. And so I don't know what's going on, bro. I get weird texts like this all the time. There was a time when I was in Arizona, right? And I was in Arizona trying to have this conversation with a mentor. And really, the conversation with the mentor was an introspective conversation that I just needed to have with him for some reason. And I already knew what needed to be done in my company. It was just more like, let me get some feedback. And so I do that, right? And wasn't as cool of an experience as I thought, right? The kind of feedback I got was different than what, I just needed some perspective. I just went with what I thought, right? The sky. Okay. So I get this feedback, right? And I'm just processing these thoughts that I had with my mentor. And then I go out, we have some fun. And then I take a Uber, bro. And I take this Uber home. This guy's in a Tesla. And he starts telling me about how he's in tech and he's in merchant processing. And so I've had some experience there. So I start giving him feedback. I'm like, bro, I've been running a tech company. This is where I messed up. This is where I messed up. This is where we had a lawsuit. This is where all this shit happened. So I'm giving him this feedback. And I'm like, the first thing you need to do is this. Then you need to do this. Then you need to do this. And then you can avoid all the problems I just dealt with. Right. But it was a weird conversation because I was thinking about that all day. So it was like my time to spread knowledge, right? So the guy drops me off. I'm about to go to bed. It's late, bro. It's late. And this is the text that this guy sends me. And so this guy's like dreadhead black guy, like dressed fresh, you know, and I'm just like spitting fire, bro. And he's just consuming it like a sponge. This guy texted me, Bruno, the reason, and I kept telling him, like, I don't know why we're having this conversation, bro. It feels like weirdly and timely, and it feels like this is for you. So I don't like take what you want. Don't take my advice, but I feel like I need to give it to you because of the situations I've been in. So this, after he drops me off about 40 minutes later, right? This guy texts me, Bruno, the reason out of nowhere you told me what I needed to hear, it's because I am he, the sky, sun, and moon. Also, that message was actually for you. Now you know how to be great, so do so. What, bro? He is the sky, the sun, and the moon. And he texted me that. So whatever that means, I don't know, but it's weird. And that stuff happens to me all the time. And so like now I'm conflicted. Why did he just send me that? Like, do I call this guy? Because I'm like, I feel like I should, but I'm not trying to have a conversation with a double murderer, you know? Like, I'm just not comfortable there. But like, is that how life works? You know, somebody texts the wrong number. I remember I saw this kid texted the wrong number, or this grandma texted the wrong number. And the kid's been having Thanksgiving with him for like 5 years. She thought it was her grandson. And he replied like, can I get a plate? And they've been having Thanksgiving for the last like 5 years. So I'm wondering if I should do that. Like, I'm not trying to be pen pals, you know, but at the same time, like, why me? You know, so with all that being said, there's a couple more things I want to talk about. I'm going to dive in full content, right? So we're going to be doing a lot of podcasts. You know, your boy might start streaming some Rocket League, bro, because he's too nice not to share this with the world. And we're getting more content for Hummingbird, so I'm pretty excited. More lifting content because your boy's been working out twice a day, so he's Jack Diesel right now. So more content coming to you guys soon. Last but not least, I have a question for you guys, right? So we went to Shields, me and my wife, right? We also went there for her birthday because we love playing this Jurassic Park shooting game. It's so fun. And your boy wins every time, but don't tell her that. I let her win one time because it was her birthday. Anyways, we go to Shields. Shields has everything. And I found something for $50 that is probably the best purchase I've ever made. But my wife disagrees. She says it's the worst purchase I've ever made. So I really want to know from you guys. Please let me know in the comments. Is this the best purchase I've ever made, or is this the worst? Okay, give me 2 seconds. Hold on. Okay, is this the best purchase I've ever made or the worst purchase I've ever made? It is a chicken. Chicken, do you have a name? No, chicken does not have a name. Chicken? Okay, so when you squeeze the chicken, sorry about that, guys. But basically you can like squeeze it, and then what I've been doing is I'll squeeze it and I'll just walk over to Jordan and she's chilling, relaxing. Maybe she's in the bath. Maybe she's reading. I don't know what she's doing, but I'll just squeeze the chicken and then I'll just leave it by her. And then the chicken just yawns or screams. Also, what is a good name for this chicken? You know, I'm trying to name him. You know, I was thinking maybe Richard, because then Richard, short for Dick. You know, there's synonyms, and then it's cock-a-doodle-doo, you know. So I'm trying to figure out the name for this chicken. So help me figure out a name. Also, tell me if you think it's a good purchase. This is actually my favorite thing I've ever bought. After I bought it, we were driving this. She put it in the trunk, bro, because she was so mad at the noise. She puts it in the trunk, but every time we hit a bump, we just hear. So it was actually pretty fun. Last but not least, Hummingbird is looking to hire salesmen, sales reps. We're looking to hire top sales reps that like a competitive environment and also like to hit certain goals, right? And I'll tell you right now that if you work at the pace that we are setting with the commission structure, the average rep is making $8,000 every 2 weeks. So, bro, if you got sales experience, if you think you could slang some shit and you're coachable and you're competitive and you want to work next to other people who, you know, are just pushing the envelope, they're pushing the envelope, right? Pushing barriers a little bit and trying to tap into some new things. And if you're interested in tech or have a financial background, let me know, okay? Because we're looking to scale. So, Chicken, anything from you? No, he says no. All right, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.